Engineering Students Without Borders is a student-run, project-based organization. What we do is we try to help students who are learning a lot of technical skills in the classroom take what they're learning and apply it to real problems in the community, both locally and abroad.
It's the Virginia chapter of Engineers Without Borders, USA, which is a college student service organization for engineering students with a worldwide reach. The idea being that students would go beyond the borders of their country to provide service to other people around the world and people in need. I was involved in founding the chapter here at UVA in 2004.
So I went down with 5 other students from UVA, 3 current third years and 2 current fourth years. And we went down to a small village down there to work on a potable water system. Our project was a continuation of a previous project from the summer before, and our piece of it was to complete the water system and then help with the water quality because they installed a lot of the basic plumbing the summer before. So we went in and redesigned the intake structure because it wasn't very efficient. It wasn't getting enough water to the community, so we redesigned it so that there would be more water flowing into the system. And then we also installed a sedimentation tank to help clear the water and did some water tests, which told us that the water had E. coli. So we also ended up installing a chlorination system down there to help with the E. coli.
When I was a first year, it was kind of that idea of taking what I was learning and actually using it to solve real problems. I was learning a lot. I was discovering a lot of really cool things in my first year of college, but I didn't know what I could do with them. And through Eswb, I kind of found an outlet, like a way of taking what I was learning and applying it. And there was also a lot of really good discussion about how we can be contextually aware as we do it and not try and help people carelessly and throw our technology in their face, but how we can use technology and also a kind of sense of awareness to really integrate technology into these communities and integrate solutions in such a way that makes them sustainable and truly beneficial.
For the most valuable things I learned down there, one of them was the importance of getting locals involved. I don't think that our project would have been successful had there not been a lot of people involved, because the Dominican government was involved, there was a Dominican NGO, we had the Peace Corps, we had JPC, and then, like I said, the local water committee, and all of them ended up playing a part.
In my hope for this organization, students get a chance to learn about the broader world around them, and especially in the sense of the world outside of our world, that is the developing world, which is inhabited by the majority of the people who live in poverty and who could benefit by the extreme privilege that these students have in getting this type of education. And I think that the types of projects that are done by ESWB provide an opportunity for the student members to have that experience and to translate their learning into betterment.
I would recommend that people try and get involved in some way, even if it's not internationally. There's projects in Charlottesville that are really cool for engineers as well. And so I think it's a cool thing to get involved in, just to get some hands-on experience, working with a team, working on something that is important to you. It's really different than schoolwork, and it's a really cool experience to have.
I have been consulting with the executive board to find a more sustainable source of funding for the group and to sort of chart its strategic direction going forward for the next 10 years. I have 3 ideas for improving the growth of ESWB in the future. The first one is to leverage its efforts by collaborating with other organizations. The second is to pick strategic locations and stick with them over a long period of time so that they go beyond just doing simple one-on projects. And then the third, which is really vital, is to find a sustained source of funding for the organization and its activities. And I've been working with the exec to try and establish an endowment for ESWB so that they will have funding for this group in perpetuity, however it evolves in the future. ESWB does all these projects, and those projects have cost. First of all is to get the students from here to where the project is located. And then if they're working with a community to install, say, a water supply system, there may be costs associated with that project that they generally provide a share of those costs as a way of helping the community. And then, of course, there's the ongoing activities on grounds, the meetings, and the collaborative events with other people, things designed to raise the visibility of the organization and recruit new students, and to reach out to other groups around grounds and outside of the university, all of which takes capital. And so that's why we need this funding.
I think one of the valuable things that ESWB gives to a student is kind of the experiential learning. It's one of the things that I wish I had learned earlier in my career as a student, I guess, is how much more you learn when you're actually out there and doing things and implementing things than you do in a classroom. And while there's a lot of value to the things that you're learning in a classroom, it's an entirely different experience when you're trying to take that and apply it to a problem. So that kind of base experiential learning and all of the experiences that you get engaging with a partner, engaging with a community member, those are really, really good skills to have and are really, really important as you go forward in your life as an engineer.
ESWB in 5 to 10 years hopefully will be even bigger than it is now, because there are so many more opportunities for international projects, and people realize the importance of especially having engineers for international projects and having that expertise. And so I think, and I'm hopeful that it'll keep growing and expanding, and people will acknowledge how helpful and positive a lot of these projects can be.